Our top morning headlines, so let's get started. Police investigating a shooting that happened outside the amusement park Carowinds. Authorities are now saying that it involved a victim under the age of 16. York County Sheriff's deputies say someone drove by in a light blue car and shot at that boy as he was getting off of a drop-off bus to head home. Paramedics took the teenager to the hospital and say his injuries are considered serious. Deputies do believe the gunman targeted the boy specifically, but haven't said what might have led to the shooting. Police are still looking for the suspect at this hour. ABC Columbia will continue to follow the story and bring you the very latest on air and online as it becomes available. Closer to home, Richland County deputies are investigating the death of a 6-month-old in Ridgeway. Deputies say the coroner's office requested the investigation after the child was found unresponsive Sunday morning in a home on Cease Road in Ridgeway. No charges have been filed at this time. And the Casey Department of Public Safety on the lookout this morning for a jewel thief. Police say on August 15th, the man seen in this surveillance image distracted the clerk at the jewelry warehouse on Knox Abbott Drive. Authorities say that he took a gold chain and a diamond bracelet. Investigators say the jewelry is worth more than $5,000. If you recognize this man, call the Casey Department of Public Safety.
New this morning, we now know the identity of a body found in a dump truck last month. Investigators with the Saluda County Sheriff's Office say they are still looking for answers in the death of Nancy Lott. Lott was reported missing back on June 17th, about a month ago. Deputies say her body was found in a dump truck in Edgefield County. If you have any information about Lott's death, please call the Saluda County Sheriff's Office. A South Carolina man is behind bars this morning for his role in a train crash involving his car. Police say Hung Tron parked his car on the railroad tracks in Hanahan, then got out of it before an Amtrak train hit the car. According to authorities, the 54-year-old took a breathalyzer test at the scene, and his blood alcohol content level was over the legal limit. Tron has been booked into the Berkeley County Detention Center on DUI charges. Thankfully, no one on board the train was injured. The officer who was not charged in the shooting death of an unarmed teen last year is out of a job this morning. Seneca Police Chief John Covington is declining to give a reason for the firing of Mark Tiller, saying it's simply a personnel matter. The family of 19-year-old Zachary Hammond did release a statement saying that they are glad Tiller will no longer be a police officer. Tiller shot and killed Hammond during an attempted arrest last year. If you're counting on a state pension as part of your retirement, you'd better start pinching pennies. According to the state's public benefits agency, South Carolina's $28 billion pension portfolio would be worth about $4 billion more if returns over the past decade were on par with other large pension programs. Keeping that debt in check could require taxpayers to pay hundreds of millions more in the future. 1 in 10 South Carolinians is counting on state pensions as part of their retirement.
Folks leaving the beach this morning might need to find another route. Part of Carolina Bay's Parkway was shut down yesterday after a sinkhole opened up just south of the Highway 22 intersection. Authorities say the sinkhole was caused by the collapse of an underground power line. And Tropical Storm Hermine also doing damage to residents' homes in the Midlands. And for many, the cleanup effort is far from over. Irmo resident Sam Pike says that he is feeling a little lucky this morning to be alive after Tropical Storm Hermine sent a tree toppling onto his home, nearly hitting him and his wife by 5 feet. Although the reconstruction could take months to complete, Pike says that he is taking it one step at a time and remembering what's important.
I can replace the roof, I can redo the garage and things. We have our lives, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Well, the next step for Pike is getting that debris off his property so he can move forward with those repairs. And while Tropical Storm Hermine has come and gone here, it's continuing its path of destruction in other areas. Hermine made an appearance in southern New England, bringing strong wind gusts, waves, and some rain to the region yesterday. A tropical storm warning has now been issued through midweek for areas along the immediate coast of Narragansett Bay and South Coast.
Turning our attention overseas now, the timing might not be a coincidence. South Korean officials say North Korea fired 3 medium-range missiles, traveling more than 600 miles and landing near Japan yesterday. The apparent show of force comes as leaders from the group of 20 nations met at an economic summit in China. President Obama was virtually next door as Kim Jong-un's regime fired the missiles. A senior U.S. official says the missiles could have threatened commercial aircraft or ships in the area and that the U.S. strongly condemns these launches. President Obama's next stop will make him the first sitting U.S. president to step foot in the isolated Southeast Asian nation of Laos. Under a steady tropical rain, the president arrived late last night, starting a full day of ceremonies. President Obama met with Laotian President Boukhang Vorachit. The three-day visit is meant to rebuild trust and close a dark chapter in the shared history between the two nations. Meanwhile, the president of the Philippines is apologizing after the White House canceled a meeting between him and President Obama.
That's right. Philippines President Rodriguez Duterte says that he used an obscenity as he stressed that he was, quote, not an American puppet, and that he only had to answer to the Filipino people after learning that Obama would confront him about extrajudicial killings of suspected drug dealers. He also blamed the U.S. for unrest in parts of the Philippines and questioned the United States human rights record. Duterte is now saying that he regrets his earlier comments about Obama and that he, quote, came across as a personal attack. So those stories that we will continue to follow and bring you updates on air and online. Still to come, keeping those nerves at bay before surgery.
We're learning why your iPad could just do the trick.
And a beautiful start to your Tuesday, 66 degrees under clear skies here in the capital city. We're seeing lower humidity, but it's still going to be nice and hot this afternoon. Stay with us. We're live from Main in Gervais.
I was injured on